The topic of terror dominating the campaign trail from this morning to right this moment. We're waiting to hear what Donald Trump will say. He's expected to speak in Estero, Florida at any moment. Our cameras are there. He's called himself the law and order candidate. And of course, you heard Hillary Clinton. We played that sound for you earlier this morning where she said, quote, "We need tough vetting of immigrants." Let's bring in former Republican Congressman from Michigan, Pete Hoekstra. He serves as a national security advisor to Donald Trump, along with former Democratic governor from New York, Dave Paterson. Governor Paterson, I'll begin with you because this is your state. You ran this state. What do you say about what these developments have brought us today at this hour?
Nothing was more frightening governing a state than this type of situation. Not just the actions, but the threats. I remember in 2008, right before the Thanksgiving holiday, I was told by my Homeland Security director there might be an attack on the New York City subway system. The day before Thanksgiving, my staff walked in the office. They said, "Have you heard what happened?" I thought that's what happened, though I couldn't tell them that I knew about it. But it was actually the attack on the hotel in Mumbai. And as badly as I felt for the people there, you breathe a sigh of relief because every day could be another September 11th. And that's how many New Yorkers, that's what we fear.
Well, it is. And Congressman Hoekstra, we've got this breaking news. Donald Trump, and we're still waiting on him to speak, but he's just issued a statement. He's saying, "I am grateful for the quick action of law enforcement in capturing the terrorist responsible." Listen, we're all very grateful. I couldn't agree more. But he also says, while our president has referred to them as the JV team and Hillary Clinton calls them our determined enemies, I've been willing to call them what they are, radical Islamic terrorists. You are advising him on national security. I'm not sure people in New York right now really look at this as a race to be the first to identify or use specific verbiage. What they care about is action. What action would you push Donald Trump to make right away on this if he were president?
Well, it's very clear. What we need to do is we need to get control of the situation domestically, but more importantly, we need to get control of the situation internationally. In the last 5 to 7 years, ISIS has been able to grow and expand. It has safe havens in Syria, Iraq, Libya, where it can plan, prepare, and train for terrorist attacks, where it can run its propaganda machine, where we don't know exactly what happened here, how this individual became radicalized and those types of things. But clearly, ISIS has gained significant momentum over the last number of years, and we need to stop that momentum, and we need to gain the initiative internationally and domestically. Take the fight to ISIS.
Governor, these people are here already. Many of them have been naturalized citizens, but there was word that by accident, some 800 people who already had deportation orders, this came out today, deportation orders, get out of this country, you're doing something nefarious, were instead given citizenship. Those are perhaps some of the people who are here in New York, here in New Jersey, pulling off these nefarious deeds. How disturbing is that to somebody like you who ran this state and to anybody here?
It's horrendous because it multiplies the number of people who could be the source of the next attack. And, of course, the big problem also in this country is they're homegrown terrorists. Terrorism doesn't have an address. You don't know where to go. The congressman did point out where we could go to stop ISIS. But these individuals, many of them, aren't even exhibiting any type of behavior like the couple in San Bernardino who actually killed the people who held the baby shower for their own child. So it's really a disturbing, almost nihilist way some people in this country are reacting to this. And I don't really know right now how to stop that.
Congressman, that is the point, is stopping it. And you were the former House Intelligence Chairman. Why is it so hard to find these rogue citizens before they commit the crimes? I mean, they're quiet, certainly, and then everyone's disinclined to say their cells have become active. One cell is enough, is it not? Because everybody seems to figure that you need a group of people.
No, it can be a very small group of people who can have a tremendous impact. We've seen that over this weekend. You know, and it's hard to identify and to capture these people and to stop them. They're protected with U.S. constitutional privileges, so they have those types of protections in place, and we want to make sure that, you know, the constitutional protections we have in place stay in place for Americans. You know, one of the other things that You know, you talked about what happened with the Homeland Security Department allowing these 800 people because we weren't integrated and we couldn't vet people right here in this country. You heard Secretary of State Clinton say it today. You've heard Donald Trump saying it for months. We need extreme vetting of people that we allow into this country, because if we can't even vet people here in the United States, imagine the poor state of vetting from people coming from Syria and Iraq and these other places in the Middle East.
Oh,
we don't know who's coming in.
I'm glad you brought that up, because, Governor, these bombs had the hallmarks of the exact type of IEDs, improvised explosive devices, that we have seen in Iraq and Afghanistan on the battlefield. Flip phones, ball bearings, Christmas lights, and they set off and they do tremendous damage right here in New York in those dumpsters. You know, thank God for the big dumpster, which is apparently industrial strength. It probably helped limit the damage, did it not? I mean, and here it is, right on the street of New York City.
Well, it wasn't enough to stop 29 people from having to go to the hospital, but it was a whole lot less than it obviously could have been. One other thing, some of the people who have struck, like the person that shot up the Orlando case, that person had exhibited the kind of conduct that I think changes in regulations might have taken him off the street. And the person that assassinated the policeman and almost killed protesters in Dallas, he was blowing up things in his own backyard. I think we need a national number to report these types of situations, even if it just makes the citizenry feel that we're responding more quickly.
And again, I can't say it enough. The emergency alert system, for those of you who are not in New York or New Jersey, it was a stunning and dramatic moment for everybody. 8 a.m. Eastern, every single person with a registered cell phone heard a buzz that you've never heard before unless you were there during Hurricane Sandy. But it's the first time that they've ever used it to mobilize citizenry to become almost an army, to look out for the suspect. They used it as an electronic wanted poster. They put that information up there about Ahmad Khan Rahmani, and boom.
3.5 hours later, they had an arrest.
3.5 hours later,
they had an arrest. Tremendous work.
Tremendous, tremendous. I want to thank both of you. Governor, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. By the way, new job at Stiefel. Congratulations. And Representative Hoekstra, thank you so much.